Hi, welcome back. So I've been looking at some cycling helmets recently, and here's one of the first ones I purchased in my latest spree. This is the Rivale from a company called MET or Met. I'm not sure whether it's Met or MET. They're an Italian company from Talamona in the Italian Alps, apparently. It's their HQ, although I have to say I was slightly disappointed when I looked at the label inside this one that it does say made in China, not made in Italy. But anyway, this is quite a nice looking helmet. Comes in a whole bunch of colourways. This is obviously mainly matte black, but also with gloss material around the outside. Usual material for cycling helmet, polycarbonate outer with EPS inner, which is a posh name for polystyrene, expanded polystyrene. This helmet comes with good credentials. It's been used, you'll see, if you look online, you can see photographs of the likes of Mark Cavendish wearing this. Met are sponsors for the Dimension Data team, so you see the whole range of Met helmets on their riders. It's a semi-aero helmet. It's not fully aero because obviously it's got these ventilation vents on the front, but it's also got a lot of shell. To be precise, it was supposed to be developed in the wind tunnel, and it's supposed to save you 3 watts in effort at 50 kilometers an hour. Now, it's early days for me, but I have to say, looking at my Strava segments, it's only very occasionally that I'm traveling at 50 kilometers an hour, and the times when I am traveling at 50 kilometers an hour, I am shooting down a hill, so my effort is not really relevant. So I don't really know in the real world how much difference it's going to make to the likes of me. But the other thing about the helmet is it's a really nice fit. It's really comfortable. That's the first thing. It's got a dial at the back, as they often do, and it also has an up and down. You can move the dial up and down. There's a ratchet there, and you can get it just to fit round any bulges on your head. Very comfortable. That's the first thing. Next thing to say, I like the way it's quite a neat helmet from the front. It's a lot less bulbous than some of them. I tried some Giro helmets, and I found them a lot bulkier. Whereas this is a lot more compact looking from front, which makes it just looks a bit less goofy. However, where it does fall down, style-wise, to my mind, is from the side. You've got this great big bulky bit at the front. Now, I don't know whether this is aero safety or I suppose a bit of both. Now, some people in their reviews say that they have an issue with that because if they're in an aggressive position down on the bars, they're saying this actually blocks their vision, and I can see how that could be an issue. However, I mean, there is always a trade-off. It certainly makes you feel safe and secure, at least around the face region. If you're going to hit something, you've got a big conch like mine, it's going to help protect your face getting smashed up. So it's always a trade-off, but I'm not mad on it for aesthetic reasons, I have to confess on that. I'm also not particularly mad on this big jet engine vibe at the back for the vents. So front view, great. Side view, not so keen. Comfort is great. Whew, hot today. It's also a very light helmet. I mean, on my scales, it's coming in at 256, and that's for a size large. Now that's a pretty light helmet. That's a pretty light helmet. I mean, that's as light as some other helmets that are famous for being light, such as the Casque Mojito in a large is the same kind of weight. The Casque Vallegro, their lightweight climbing helmet in a large, is the same kind of weight. I know in some of the marketing materials they claim it's lighter, but I've checked one and it's around the same in the model I got. The only helmet I have tried, which is lighter, is the POC Octal, which is something like, some crazy weight. I think it's something like 220, 230 grams for a large. I'll tell you the exact details when I review that one in another video. But so we've got comfort, reasonable style. You can also get this one for a good price. Now in a lot of places it's around £100, but there's a company called Merlin Cycles and they're doing it for about £75, which I think is really good value for such a light helmet with pro credentials, if you care about that sort of thing. Briefly, although it's a semi-aero helmet, the ventilation is supposed to be very good. This vent here, the vent design, is supposed to use the Venturi effect apparently. You can see how the vents, you can see how the air comes in here and then these vents become narrower, these channels. Apparently in fluid dynamics you find that if a gas or a fluid is forced through a smaller pipe, which I suppose that is when your head's there, it's forced to accelerate and that creates a vacuum. So I think the idea is, now I'm not a physicist so feel free in the comments to tell me where I'm going wrong, but as far as I can make it, that's supposed to create a vacuum, so therefore the air is sucked in and blown out the back or something like that, but I don't know, please feel free to correct me. Now it's a simple design. It's got no MIPS, it's got no it hasn't got the slip liner that some of the more expensive helmets have got now, especially the Giros. However, I think it's still debated whether that system works, and personally I quite like the simplicity and close fitting comfort of a non-MIPS helmet. It's just got simple usual design with pads that come off with Velcro. Sorry, difficult to show you. These pads that come off with Velcro and they're washable and replaceable. I think there's a dedicated blinker light that you can fit on the back that you can get from Met. And basically it's a nice helmet if you like the styling. I don't know. I'm torn, I must admit. I love the helmet, I love the weight, I love the price. I'm just not quite sure about this Jetsons styling. But anyway, there you go. Any opinions you've got or any experience with the helmet, let us know, and I'll be back with another helmet shortly. Bye bye.